Good evening, everyone. Welcome on a Thursday night with two podcasts this week. So Thursday night, this one, Thursday the 13th. Luckily not Friday the 13th, but it could have been in good favour for Friday the 13th if it was with the big AC/DC in town. Geez, we've had a big month in Melbourne, haven't we? Oasis, Metallica, and into sold out from AC/DC, which is incredible. And congratulations to Melbourne band Casanovas opening for AC/DC as well, and also another WA band originally, Amel and the Sniffers. So can't wait to see them on Sunday. Hearing some great things in amongst AC/DC. There's always a couple of knockers out there that want to kick them in the guts when they're down, but mate, 70 plus, you can't do much better than be back on stage doing incredible things after all these years it's been in Melbourne. So a couple of little photos in amongst the gig, but proving that they're far from done, blowing records everywhere. So a couple of quick snaps from always great to see big crowd faces, everyone enjoying themselves, and the MCG alight with the power of AC/DC, heard from many kilometers away, which is always good to hear. Not good for the ears, as I heard an interview with Dr. Carl today talking about decibels and the power of how long you're exposed to decibels, but we won't be going there on those conversations, although we might ask Dean how his ears are traveling after all these years of playing music. I'm sure he's blown many a decibel over his time. But just to touch on a couple of gigs before we bring up Dean Wittmann-Lamb to have a chat from the Revelation, we are going to, tomorrow night, we have got Al Matcott's album launch, who we had a chat to a couple of weeks ago. Unbelievable to always see album launches out there happening at the moment. Fake the days away. So he was on the radio today punching that one, which is really good. Friday the 14th as well. This one's the Gnomes. If you haven't seen the Gnomes, get out there and see that with Loose Lips, the Pearlies, and Riviera supporting at Brunswick Ballroom. Maxine Gillan, who we interviewed on Tuesday night, debut album, Girl Songs at the Tramway with Mystery Shopper. One you can't miss. So there's plenty out there for Friday. Saturday, I'm just going to give you one quick one. With Screensaver, new album launch. There's a third album, I think this one is. Great to see them with Tongue Dissolver, Lothario, and Armour. So that should get your week well and truly going over the weekend, and then obviously into AC/DC on, if you're lucky enough to try and get there on Sunday. Now, if you're umming and ahhing about AC/DC, don't listen to the bullshit. Get there and see one of the biggest acts ever. Not only ever, but one of the biggest Australian bands ever, which is undoubtedly the biggest band ever to come out of Australia. So that is one you must see, because there's a very real chance, which we said this last time, that they wouldn't be back. And we're really getting to the point where they probably won't be back. So don't miss it. And most importantly, get out and support these bloody local unbelievable bands like the Casanovas and Amel and the Sniffers. So don't bother turning up at 8, 9 o'clock when AC/DC are ready to roll. Get there early. And if you're lucky enough to take like a kid or a relative or one of your best friends along, there's no better experience than being able to talk about this for the next 20 years. So do yourself a favor, as Molly would say, get the ticket. Okay. All right, let's get into this chat with Dean Wittmann-Lamb talking about the Revelation. Let's bring him up. G'day, Dean. Welcome, mate.
Aaron, thanks for having me, mate.
Episode 194, mate. I can't believe it took so long, given our good friend Rusty Brown has mentioned you multiple times to me, and it wasn't even the link into how you got in touch with me. It was me putting up a little blurb out there to get some more musos on and have chats, and I'm glad you took liberty to shoot me an email, mate. So great to connect.
All good, thank you. Finally here, so it's all good.
Yes, it won't be the next 194 episodes before we get you back, I'm sure, to talk about music. Got so much to offer in this space, mate. Let's talk about one of your first memories of music, mate. What can you remember, and how old were you? And what was it? What was playing, and what was it playing on?
I reckon it would have been Kiss. Kiss was huge in the 70s. Household name. I got 3 other siblings, so we all picked a member each of, being a Kiss member and playing air guitar. I was Ace. I loved Ace. He was always my favorite. Yeah, so he was always my man. So yeah, we all dressed up as Kiss members and makeup and stuff like that. So Kiss was my first thing, and they were big in Australia. Countdown really pushed them, and Australia really pushed Kiss. So love them. So that was early days in the 70s, and then turning into a teenager, it was In Excess for me. So drums was my first instrument. I played drums, and Johnny Farris, who was In Excess drummer, was my hero, my idol. So I loved In Excess for many, many years, and then all the Australian bands, AC/DC, The Angels. So yeah, it was they were the bands for me that sort of started my journey, and yeah, but it was drums for me first initially, and but I always just to drum and sing along. So I found that quite easy, because I just loved the songs. So I was more of a song person. I just loved songs. So that sort of progressed into songwriting. But yeah, the drums was the first one for me. And In Excess and Kiss were probably the first 2 that sort of kick-started me.
Yeah, very nice. So the rest of the family, what were they outside of Kiss? What were their big influences?
Well, my younger brother and sister, they were into dancing. So I suppose dance music was like ABBA was big, Michael Jackson was big, so disco music was big. So they were the songs they had to, I suppose, practice to for their routines. So that was their thing. And I was in the other room rocking out with, guitars and drums and stuff. So my older brother, he was 4 years older than me, so he was going to see bands in, venues, obviously 4 years before I did, but snuck me in early days to get me in and watch some, live music. And that was, that just done it for me. I just said, that's what I want to do. Play gigs, get up there on the stage and play. So eventually that's where it headed.
All right. We're going to kick it off with a one from back in the day, mate, that we've found from a band we'll talk about a little bit more shortly, but Valve, big name, great name. And here's the song, Mundane. Here's a little bit of it. Fuck, what a cracker. Back in the day, mate, there it was. A young Dean Wittmann-Lamb.
4 years ago, yeah. How about that?
Yeah, it goes quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It certainly
Definitely
does.
quickly.
Great, good times, though. Good times. And speaking of good times, is so cliche, but I dug this up, Good Times, and that song is on 50 Years of Albert's music. So I was pretty honored to be on that with the likes of the Easy Beats, AC/DC, Stevie Wright, etc., the Angels, Rose Tattoos. So it was it was a good time.
Yeah, big names for sure. And Valve, great name. Who came up with that one?
Well, I thanks to George Young, who told me that love the songs. I've still got the email. He said, I love the songs, but the band name is not rock enough. And at that time, we were called Sunswell. And that's the name we've been using for playing gigs before we were signed to Alberts. And he just said, I just reckon you should change the name. So then using a Valve amp, I thought that's pretty rock and roll. So I emailed George back saying, how about Valve, as in the amp? He goes, that's it. That's the one. So as soon as he gave me the thumbs up, that was it.
Yeah, the good ones are the short ones
Yeah.
a lot of the time. But there's some long ones out there, like we touched on before, Amel and the Sniffers. There's one you won't forget in a hurry. And all right, we got a little surprise secret guest that you don't know about, Dean, and someone that's going to come on and just have a little bit of a chat about when you guys have met and what kind of Dean Wittmann-Lamb means to this young man. Let's bring him up for a chat. Welcome, great man, Rusty Brown.
Hello. Hello.
You can't hide. Welcome back, mate.
Hello, geezer.
Hello. How are you?
All good, mate. How's the finger, mate?
The finger's very sore, actually. Can you tell how bad it looks?
Oh, that should come with a warning.
Absolutely. God knows what that's been.
Don't bite your nails and don't stick a pin in it.
Yes. I think you didn't read that on the box. That's for sure. All right, Rusty. You'll probably set this one up better than I will. Talk to me a little bit about your first memories of music with Dean Wittmann-Lamb. What do you remember, mate? Early days.
I reckon he was 12. I reckon he was playing drums in his house and he was 12 and I was friends with his brother. But I could have the dates wrong, but he was pretty young playing drums. We wrote a song together, Angel. Was it Angel or something?
Yep.
What was it called, Dean?
It was Angel, yeah.
In Diamond Creek. Yeah, he's always... I've watched him play in lots of bands, actually. I feel I had a go at Mundane at my house, recording that as a demo for sure. I would have.
We did it at the top of the depot. Yeah, like a little studio there.
Oh,
we did it. Yeah. We did it there. I've still got it. That demo.
The world famous depot. Yeah, God. Yeah, we go back a long way in many aspects of life. But music has always been the connector with us. I think, did you put me onto Enough's Enough? Well, he played me Enough's Enough once, I'm pretty sure. And I was just besotted with this band. And we both have a friendly banter with a couple of different members from that said band, both who aren't in it anymore. But yeah, that's one of my great memories, actually, that you put me onto that band. I still love them today. They were a great 80s band.
Underrated.
And now we're here. Underrated. Just one of the best. One of the best. Pop, rock, melodic bands you're ever going to want to hear. If you like Cheap Trick and you like the Beatles, there's somewhere in between those two. Band out of Chicago. Magnificent.
And it seems like Elvis Costello.
Yeah, yes, bit of Elvis Costello. And here we are today, many, many moons later, still making music together, pleasing ourselves, which is the most important thing, because usually if you please yourself, the audience will come for the ride with you. But audiences don't like to try to be pleased, if that makes sense. If you're trying to do something, that's not what happens. You just do it for yourself, and then the audience finds you. That's what I found in, especially with Electric Mary and Dean's music now that he's playing now.
Great to hear and great to connect you, Rusty. Thanks for jumping on quickly to say g'day. We'll let you sit in the background as you start the car and merge your little drive home, but feel free to give us a wave at any stage and pop in into the chat.
Special comments.
Correct.
The car started. The only thing that Dean and I don't have in common is in the football realm, because I hate Footscray.
Had to
I
get
was
that
saying,
in.
Aaron, before that, you still don't acknowledge 2016, and I will one day sit you down in a chair, gaffer tape you to that chair, and make you watch that grand final repeat for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how good it was.
No, never seen it.
The only one thing worse is
I know
you don't acknowledge 21 either, Rusty.
2021 or 22?
Exactly.
Or 21.
Melbourne in 21. The COVID era.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still a grand final.
Yep.
The funny thing is, my two favorite players outside of my team are both from Footscray, which I despise. But Bontempelli and oh god, I've forgotten his name now. Who's my other favorite with the headband?
Norton.
Aaron Norton. Oh my god, those two could walk into my dream team any day.
You just keep your hands.
You concentrate, and most importantly, Saturday the 13th of December is the one for Electric Mary. Get your tickets. There's not many left. Croxton, the last time you will see Electric Mary do its magic. Get there. Trust me, it's going to sell out shortly. Thanks, Rusty. We'll see you out there soon, bud.
Bye.
See you, Governor.
Great to have special guest Rusty, who always has to jump in. So
that was great.
Great to connect you, mate. As always, I'm sure you chat multiple times, but great to have you in this setting. All right, we're going to touch on another one fairly early in the piece. Tumble in the Rough. Great name. Tell us where that fits into the space for you before we play a bit of it.
Tumbling in the Rough was, again, Rusty was. We were actually writing the room that I am now. Well, it was during COVID when we both weren't working. I said, Rusty, I've got this song. What do you reckon? And he really liked it. So we worked on it a bit more. And then he threw in an idea about how about change it to this bit. So together we come up with the arrangement of the song. And then I said, look, wouldn't mind recording it, but I've just lost contact with, people in studios. So he goes, I'll organize some people. So thanks to Rusty again for pushing me to get it done. But the song, there was a lot of different things going through my head during COVID. So it's like a combination of all those things, not personally written about myself, but just feelings of what everybody was going through. Tumbling in the rough, falling out of love, crumbling like a wall, all that sort of things. That was Tumbling, yeah.
Okay, here it is. Let's play a bit. Wow, what a song, mate. I always love when I preface a song that I'm going to play a bit and I just cannot kill it because, mate, that's a cracker. That needs to be in more ears.
Thank you. I still gives me goosebumps.
Mm.
It really, it was so good to release a song again after so many years. Writing my own music, releasing it, getting back into a studio with great musos, and then putting it out there and going, oh, that's me. That sounds so good. I still love it. It's great.
Yep.
Some handy players playing on that song, Aaron.
Yeah, talk me through.
So so when I was saying to Rusty, look, I haven't got a band or I haven't got connections anymore, people's studios and players. So anyway, so Rusty's playing bass, Pete Robinson on guitar, Electric Mary, Davey Porter on drums, ex Electric Mary, Penny Jones on backing vocals,
nice,
and Fox Fagan on keys, all the way from the States, who was the original bass player of Electric Mary.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
So,
way to capture that. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a rehearsal. Rusty and I demoed the song together. We played everything on it, and then just sent that demo to those players and said, "Learn it. Come to the studio." We press record. After 3 takes, that was it. It was magical. It really was. It was great.
Yeah, incredible. Well, there's obviously a massive reason why I love it, with a bit of or a lot of Electric Mary influence behind the scenes. But mate, Dean, that voice, that's something else too, mate.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes,
It's,
certain songs make you sing a certain way. So, hearing Mundane before and people sort of go, "Oh, you sing different." I've gone, it's different music though. It's a different song.
Yeah.
So songs make you sing a certain way, and the music. So that's the way it came out.
Yeah, that gravel and grit you can't beat, mate. You can't beat. You can't. You can add it, you can layer, and you can texture, you can do all sorts of things these days. But mate, how did it feel to be really back in the studio again, in amongst these players? Like you touched on that feeling, but what's it really meant for you now to give you a kickstart outside of COVID, the shit time that was COVID? We all moved in, and that song was born of it. So that's a positive that came out of COVID for you.
Yeah.
But to be back in there amongst that now and pushing music out again, Revelation is kicked off. Must be feel incredible.
Yeah, like Rusty said before, it's what we do, and you got to please yourself first. So that's the most important thing. So if it excites you, then that's all that matters. So I felt excited about the song, and then taking to the studio and getting those amazing players, and it was an awesome studio environment. Brent, who recorded it and engineered everything, he was just an awesome guy to work with. So there was already a great base to be involved with straight away. So, and I didn't know the players. I didn't know Pete, Davey, and the like. So, that's also a nerve-wracking thing. And hopefully, and I know they're great players, but are they going to really capture what's in my head and on their guitars and drums? And you're just hoping that they're going to nail it. And they certainly did. So once they started playing, and the goosebumps again just started, coming out. So it was amazing. So it was just so good to be a part of.
And as for the people that were, obviously listen to the audio side of this, there's a visual side of this clip as well. Tell us a little bit about putting that one together. I think that's an integral part of the clip as well.
Yeah. So because I wasn't a band, so the Revelation was essentially just me, and I was just going to release music as the Revelation, but no band, no gigging as such. That was never on the radar. So I thought, well, if I put a film clip out, I don't want to just put me in it. So, and I don't want to put those guys in it because it's not their thing. So I thought the best way to represent the song, I'm an artist, also like to draw and do things. So I contacted a guy through some mutual friend, and said, look, I wouldn't mind like a lyric cartoon kind of video, and I sort of gave him a bit of a brief what I had in mind, and he sketched it all up, hand drew it all, and sent it to me on his screenshot. I've gone, that's awesome, dude. So Anthony La, doggy supporter, boy who lives in Footscray, put it together for me, and he did such a great job. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Really, yeah, there's some really nice resonance in those images and pulling, that image of it pulling back, pulling people up, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Some
yep,
powerful in there.
certainly is. It's great.
All right, we're going to move on to Born Again, mate. Born Again. This is another one afterwards on the after post COVID and having that feeling of actually, was this one of the ones that got you? Where did that come in your songwriting kind of process? How long have you been sitting on this one?
That one I've been sitting on for a while, actually. So I did write that song quite a few years back, and just again was just in the archives, just sitting, and just put it aside one day that I could do something with that. And so when Tumblin was written, I thought, I reckon I've got another song that I could dig up that would suit that kind of vibe when the direction I'm going in. So plucked it out and then changed a few things here and there to make it more suitable of the direction I was going with. So that was one that I just sat in the vault for a little bit and just plucked it out and dug it up and gave it new life.
Oh, it's a fitting one to move into next. So here we go with Born Again. We'll cut this one short, I promise you, and leave you hanging a little. Here it is, Born Again. There you go. We will cut it off because, mate, it's 3 minutes in and almost impossible to cut off. So it's another cracker, mate. Screaming guitars, great visuals too in that one, and all about a connection, which is really cool. It's a special moment when you find either someone or something that gives you that energy to, really start over and kick on. What's it? Talk to us about what it's about for you, mate.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have those same people play on Born Again as well, as I mentioned before. So it was done in the same session.
Yep.
And then recording those songs and getting that kickstart of my songs getting out there again and recording as an original artist it's the best feeling ever. I love it, and I'll always do it. So once you put it all together and put it back, it's very precious to you. Like it's not about how many views or hits or streams you get. It gives me goosebumps, and that's all that matters to me. Yes, it's great to get feedback from other people and get it out there and hear that positive feedback. That's awesome. So, but yeah, once you do it, it's very satisfying to hear the results all come together and put it out there. Love it. So yeah, it was a great experience doing that song as well.
And you touched on the original kind of intention of the Revelation and just putting music together, recording it, doing all those things, and not necessarily playing gigs. I've heard of a few people do that and constantly can continue to do that. Is that still a feel and of where you're up to at the moment, or is there a plan to kind of move this into some live gigs occasionally?
Well, after I released the first 3 singles, and then as a digital artist, so you know you can just hear the music. Wasn't playing gigs, and then I said to Rusty, I've gone, you know, I'm getting that itch. I wouldn't mind putting a band together. And he goes, it's going to be hard, man. Like I say, he finds it hard to get, you know, put the band together for gigs and availability and stuff like that. So yeah, just finding people who are available.
Sure.
And obviously gelling with people too. You obviously got to get along, and that's what makes the magic, you know. So anyway, I put the feelers out there to see who was available, who wanted to do it. So I went through several rehearsals trying to find the right mix, you know. And the boys set the bar pretty high, the boys who played in those songs. And when I heard other people playing, it was like, well, they're not doing exactly the same, you know. So it was hard to try, you know, have anything but what I already been playing with. So yeah, again, just went through a period of just rehearsing people, and I had a bunch of other songs that I wanted to record. So I thought, if I can find a band, we can connect as a band and record these songs together. Then there's the gel, and then there's enough songs to go and play gigs. So that happened, and so I reconnected with an old bandmate that I used to play with back in the 90s. I was in a band called Cyclone Tracy back in the day, and reconnected with Scotty, who played drums back in that day, and I was the lead singer. So he just mentioned that he heard Tumbling and he loved. Goes, oh, Tumbling the Rough's a great song, dude. You know, I really like. I've gone like, funny enough, I'm looking for a drummer. Do you still play? So, cut a long story short, who do you know who can play guitar? We could find. He found an old mate that he used to go to school with through Damien. And then I saw Gordon, who's a local musician playing gigs around here, like I was playing just cover gigs, and a diehard Doggy supporter. So he got the gig straight away. So yeah, those 3 guys learnt the 3 songs that were released. I showed them 4 new songs, and a few others have gone, hey boys, we've got a set list here. Like, do you feel like playing a few gigs? I wouldn't mind. So then we did. So what turned into be just releasing songs as a solo artist under the name The Revelation turned into a band, played gigs, did more film clips, released more songs. So it just progressed that way. And then this year had a year off, not doing anything at all. Circumstance, changed through many different things that went on in my life.
Yep.
And then during that period of not doing anything this year with The Revelation, I'm ready to go full on again next year. So I've already booked studio time with Rusty, and we're going back in to record some songs. So we've already been writing those 2 songs that that I've shown him. So it's like it's starting up again. It's sounding great. Okay,
awesome to hear. And yeah, how does it feel kind of originally back in the day, you know, getting signed by a label? So, you know, you're seen by a lot of heads. Things were kind of moving all in the right direction. For circumstances, you know, that happen, bands don't always work out, and time passes on. But to be back recording music again is a pretty special feeling, obviously for you. But just tell us a little bit about back in the day, you know, going through being a young guy, coming together, you know, kind of being signed, putting together those first few songs. Does that spark ever leave you at any age?
No, I don't think it does. And and good songs are good songs no matter what, you know. So like, so you touched on, you like Born Again, and that was a song that I thought was a good song, and I just shelved it for years and thought I want to do something with that song. And Rusty touched on me before, because I'm sure I recorded Mundane, and he did. So he recorded Mundane when I was in a 3-piece band called Mayonnaise, original band called Mayonnaise, and I wrote Mundane in 1996. I released it under Valve in 2001.
Mm.
So I just stuck with those songs. I thought, nah, I believe in them. I've just got to keep doing it, and then something may happen. And that's when, I pricked Albert's ears, and George Young in particular, and Harry Vander, and it was an amazing time. It really was. And I mean, the music industry was a completely different beast back then to what it is now.
Sure.
There was no Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and things like that. There was, I think it was MySpace back then, maybe, but if you, like, our song charted because people went to the store at JB and bought it. That's the way it worked. And radio airplay, we're getting high rotation through Triple M and Nova FM. So that's just the way it worked back in those days. Good luck trying to get airplay these days. I don't know how it even happens anymore. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but it was a great time, but just really stuck with my guns. I just really believed in the songs that I was writing at that time, and changed the band name a few times on the way from Mayonnaise to Sunsfield to Val, but it was the same songs.
And, tell me what that feeling was like that first time when someone big finally gave you the credit for a song that you believed in and said, there's something in this.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like I said, still got emails from George Young. And I remember when we went to the Albert Studios in Sydney to do a meet and greet with the label, and Harry Vander was there, shook his hand, and we sat down and played an acoustic set. And we played 4 or 5 songs, and he was singing the words back to me for a couple of songs. I'm like, this guy's actually listened to the songs. He knows the words. And I was fixated on him, just watching, thinking, is he joking here or not? Because he was actually singing the choruses to the song. So it was, to be recognized by Harry and George, it was, pretty amazing. And I'll never forget that. And that to me that's my own personal little trophy that I love, being recognized by them.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those.
No mark on the wall for it, but for me, I know that they thought the songs were worthy being on the label, which is great.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of those things that gives you that little spark and that little bit of fire that still sits there and burns right here in the heart, where you feel that passion. And people might not see it or notice it, but it's the candle that won't go out, right? And that's the magic part of music. And being an artist and being, forgetting the day job for a while, coming back into the studio and kind of still pushing that fire and make it burn a little bit harder as it will into the future, no doubt.
Yep.
All right, we're going to touch on Soul. Have a look at this clip. This one's a cracker too. Here we go, Soul.
Sunset, rolling views all around me.
of those hard ones to cut off again. Solos are something special, and to have light and shade and space in a song is so important for everyone to do their little bit. Is the magic that, to me, that obviously live gigs do. And when I get to see a band and get up close, and especially Electric Mary's always done it for me, to see Petey Robertson in form and then get across to see who current guitarist Brett Wood just light it up. That's just incredible, isn't it? I just love it.
Yeah.
And to have that full solid backbeat with chorus. Currently they've had multiple drummers, but with Spider in amongst Electric Mary now. Tell us a little bit about being a drummer versus being a guitarist versus being a vocalist in amongst all that whole mix. Where's the fire burn most for you right now?
It's singing's the one for me. Being a songwriter, it's the best way to express and get your emotions out in your song, to deliver it in the way you want to deliver it. So yeah, singing and playing guitar, acoustic for me, because I write them all on the acoustic guitar. So if I got that in my hands and singing, that's why I think that's the best. It gives me the best buzz. Yeah.
And a weirdest place that the lyrics come to you?
I find lyrics pretty easy, to be honest. If I come up with a little riff of a song or a melody, and the first line I come up with, and it could be just mumble jumble, I tend to stick with it. And then that sends on the journey of where the song's going to be. So yeah, but I can get very fussy with lyrics too. So like, do I want to keep that bit, lose that bit? Yeah. So yeah, in the end, I'm very, very picky about what I'm leaving in there.
Is it the word and the meaning, or is it the way it sounds in amongst the lyrics?
It's got a phrase good off the tongue for me. So yeah, and you don't want to be. I don't like being cliche about anything like that. So, so yeah, being choosy with your words, but yeah, it's got to read off the tongue good. Especially being a singer, it's got to sound good when you want to hold a note or phrase it in a certain way. So, which can be tricky because sometimes the best words just don't sound great when you want to sing them.
Yeah, or keep tripping over them like I do currently. And in amongst that one, the Revelation. It's not an easy one that just rolls off the tongue. You get stuck with Revolution and all sorts of things that come through.
Well, that's a Rusty thing. Yeah, that was Rusty's influence there, because we were throwing names around, and then the Revelation came up, and he went, "Nah, you can't. Maybe like put the O in there, like it's a bit of revolution. So Revo. So it's got the revelation and revolution together, making what it is now. But yeah, it has made it hard for people to find me at times when I said I can't find your song because it's doing spell check for you. So it has been a bit of a nightmare at times. And then I've had a few people from the church who are saying, "You're not the Revelation, Jesus is." So all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, there's always, people can misconstrue where this band's heading and the thoughts and the messages in amongst that. But mate, if you could get any percentage of any religion coming on board and catching a piece of the Revelation, mate, I'm all for it. Let's get them in. Let's get them hearing these noises. One of the best sounds you'll hear. These songs, mate, need to hear more ears. And I'm not just saying that because you're here, but there's some powerful lyrics there. It's a great voice. It's a great sound.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully it can push out to more ears. And that's why we do this little show, mate, because you never know. It sits in the big wide world out there, and you never know who trips over it at some time and captures that 15 seconds of magic in amongst these clips. So that's why we do it, mate. So thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's a couple more to go. Liberty. This one, it's fairly new for you in amongst your world and journey. Talk to me a bit about Liberty.
Liberty was one of the 4 songs that I showed Damien, Gordon, and Scotty when we started rehearsing to go and record. So we did 4 songs in a day, and that was one of them. We did Soul, we did Liberty, we did Open Ended, and Tangled Up and You, all in a day in a session. And so Liberty was another one I wrote and showed Rusty. and this is after the fact of, recording Tumbling, Born Again, and Give a Little Love. So yeah, showed him, and I said, look, this is real basic. I know it's real cliche chords, but you know what? Who cares? It just, the rhythm feels good, and it just works with the melody. So I'm not going to try and put in some whiz bang riff in there and get people go, wow, what a riff. I'd rather just keep it basic chords and a basic feel, so the song feels good and just flows really good. In particular, the melody and the lyrics and the message. So it just worked really well.
Yeah, well, bloody works all right. Here it is, Liberty. Yeah, what a cracker. I had to play that one all the way through, mate. That should be a bloody national anthem. Hey, it's a cracker. Everyone should have a say. What a great song, mate. Liberty.
Geez, that'd be nice to play on grand final day.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially with a premiership attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they're your grand final days, effectively, those kind of moments that you have in a song and you put it together, and just that little bit of magic, that little spark in your eye that turns back to the glints the camera that little magic that you go, mate, that's it. I got it. That's the one. The beauty and the magic that is music, mate, and art. And the way, captured beautifully in that little clip as well, is, nothing better than just seeing a band sit in a room and belt great music out.
That room is where we rehearsed. So that's Scotty on drums. That's his work warehouse where he spray paints. And that little booth there is his spray painting booth, which is just a shipping container.
Yeah.
So, but we rehearsed there every week. That's where the magic started to happen in that little room there. We just rehearsed there and said, why don't we just do a film clip here? Nice and easy. It's what we do. Just natural.
Yeah, I think that's great. Great way to capture it. And thanks for sharing that kind of behind the scenes story, because you'd never know. You'd never know that was the spot that the magic happens in a room. Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to finish with a pretty new one for you, Shattered. It's a great, this one's just a still in amongst the beauty that captures the power of rock and art and music all in a hand and an image. This one's a ripper, mate. Tell us a bit about this shot in particular, and then we'll play the clip.
The photo.
The photo, yeah.
Yeah, so the photo was taken by my daughter. I said, just take a photo with my hands up to my face and just like a shattered man photo, because the song is, it's a pretty emotional song for me. My son was diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And Xander was, diagnosed with cancer in November 2023. And, fast forward to where we are now, he's all good. The tumor's been removed and he's went through chemotherapy, but it was a very challenging period for our family. And and so the song was about initially being hearing the diagnosis. I was shattered. That's what the song was about. So it's a very strong message, to what, well, not message, but it was just an emotional time. So it was very, very hard to sing to be honest. Because it just sparks everything up again. And then Gordon, who was playing bass in the Revelation, said to him, "Mate, can you play piano?" And he goes, "Yeah, I can." And he goes, "I play a bit of cello." I've gone, "Great, that's all I want. Just a vocal, really raw, telling the story, piano and bit of cello." And that's exactly what it was. And he did a great job putting it all together.
Yeah, this is a beauty. I love it. As I said, I'm glad you really explained that story. Thanks for sharing that, because it kind of puts into perspective the feel and the change. And it's great to have those in amongst through tough times. Sometimes born beautiful songs. And while it still can spark memories that we don't always want to drag up. Sometimes the toughest ones are the best ones in relation to songs, but great to hear a good result for your son, Xander, and obviously great name. Tell us a bit about obviously the reason, the connection with Xander, but was there ever going to be another name on the table? What else was thought at the time? I
was pretty set on the day I thought I become a father and I have a son. I always loved the name Xander for a Christian name.
Yep. And
loving Robin Xander as a vocalist, I thought, that'd make a great name, Xander Wittmann-Lamb. So I'd put that one written down. That was locked in. That's a lock. So thankfully we had a boy first, and that was it. There was no hesitation. It was Xander straight away. Perfect. All right, here it is. Let's share this one. Shattered.
Tell me the news. I know it's not good. I feel it, see it too. I am no fool. You hit me like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, wow, what a powerful song, mate. Especially when you know what it's really about. But anything and ever anyone's had a moment that's a moment of shattering. You're right. You're right. That just things don't rebuild the same way in your mind, and it's always one of those scars. You know, they call it the permanent scar, regardless. But yeah, there's some magic that's coming in that song. It's beautifully done, well composed as well, mate. It's a really good change up for you.
Yeah, when I again, I had to make a song out of the whole experience. So yeah, I'm really happy the way it came out and it comes across. So yeah, never going to forget that. That's for sure. But hopefully that's just the past now. It's never going to
That's right.
revisit us again. So yeah, but it's a memory of what we did go through, and we can't ignore that. So but yeah, it was. I'm glad I wrote a song about it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's good because music is a healing process too, right?
Absolutely.
Which largely, I think, well, it's definitely a gift. It's a gift that a lot of people don't have as an emotive outlet. Being able to write lyrically, put songs together, musically compose, and put a song out there into the world as a moment of grief, effectively, what it was at the time, and yeah, I think it's a real undervalued commodity that you possess, mate. One of those talents that's why you do what you do. That's one of that fire that we keep talking about that keeps burning. To have that outlet, and on behalf of all the punters out there, mate, that ever get to hear your music or share your music or talk about your music, mate, thanks for doing what you do, because it's largely goes unrewarded, as we know. But your ability to transport people like us, just general punters, into another world, to listen to music for a while, to forget about what's going on in our life, and also maybe it rings true to help us resonate with where we're at. Yeah, thanks for doing what you do, mate.
Oh, and vice versa. Like, it's people like you that who are music lovers, and who are serious about being music fans and do shows like yourself, and so it's the support is we really do value anyone who can support live music, original music, putting songs out there. So it's brave on both ends, to go out there and put yourself out there. But you do it because you love it, and that's great. So long as if it touches somebody, if it touches one person, then that's a good thing too.
Sure. And just to finish on, mate, is there anyone out there that you can enlighten us on, that you've kind of come across recently, or listening of someone you've discovered as an artist, or someone you've gone down the rabbit hole of a little bit deeper than you used to? Is there someone out there that you could kind of give us that would say, mate, you got to be listening to this?
Oh God, I'm always searching for new bands or bands I've never heard of before, digging up, So one that I'm listening to flat out at the moment is Little Barry. A 3-piece band from London. Just a cool little vibe.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I know it's how to describe it. It's kind of like the Black Keys and Beck.
Yeah. Wow. What a combo. Yeah. I'm into it. Let's go.
It's just cool. And they're just a great little vibe. So yeah, listen to a lot of Little Barry right now. And I'm trying to track down their first album. So if I can find out what they're called, which is called We Are Little Barry. Yeah, it's a ripper. Every songs are so good.
Righto, get on it. You heard it first. Well, not first, but definitely not last.
Yeah, maybe I'm just too late on it. So maybe people already, I've been listening to this for years. So, but right now it's my new thing. So yeah.
Okay, great. Well, mate, it's been awesome to have a chat to you tonight. We could talk for a lot longer, and we will get you back on to talk music in general. We might put out a couple of little subjects and do a bit of a deep dive with a couple of other special guests too. And we'd love to have you part of that, mate. You got so much more to give than a little hour chatting about your music intrinsically tonight, but we've got so much more to talk about in music, and it's great to connect, and this won't be the last time we have a chat.
Thank you. It sounds good to me, Aaron, and thank you for having me tonight. Really, really enjoyed it.
No worries, and thanks to Rusty Brown for jumping on as well. When he heard Dean was going to be on, he said, mate, right, get me on. So thanks to Rusty for joining us, and good luck to Electric Mary. on their final gig.
Yes, get there, December 13th, Croxton.
Yep, get ready. It's going to be big. All right, see you out there, mate. Thanks again.
Yeah, mate, thanks again.
Lovely to have a chat to Dean Wittmann-Lamb and the Revelation about what's going on in his world. Mate, what a talent. What a talent. That is one set of music you need to get into your ears. And Little Barry, by the sound of it, there you go. Put it in the big Google machine and make it spit out something special. We will listen to it together. Maybe we'll do a review in the next couple of months and get Dean back on the chat more local music that he's found down that rabbit hole. So we'll see you out there. AC/DC for me next, but before that, Al Matcott tomorrow night. So make sure you get out and support some local music. Ring a friend that you haven't caught up with for a while. Pick them up and say, we're taking you at a gig. Most importantly, venues need you at the moment. So get out there. Artists need you. Buy some merch. Do all those beautiful things that make the world tick so the artists can continue to do what they do. And we're going to keep spreading the love. So we'll see you out there soon with episode 195 coming up next week. See you soon. Enjoy the week.